Hello my beautiful friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mathilde and today I'm gonna share with you my January reset, like resetting for February. So setting goals, reflecting on the month, all that good stuff. I'm gonna divide this video on different things. So first I want to reflect on the January goals, then I want to do the February goals setting, and I also want to share with you some of my monthly favorites. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna start with the January reflection. The first part is gonna be the well-being, like health, wellness part. For this, my goal was to do like Pilates or yoga for 30 minutes a day, which overall I did over the month. I didn't do it like every single day because I think it can be like a bit much, but I think 6 times out of 7 during the week I did it, so that's a good thing. I also wrote to walk 10,000 steps when possible, and obviously I didn't do it every single day, but I think overall I did it majority of the time. Like I think my average step count is between 8,000 and 10,000, so I think it's pretty well. But basically my goal was to move for 30 minutes every day, and I definitely did that over the months, which I'm really glad I did because that's something that I really care about. I love being active, moving, so I'm glad I did this habit to start the year on a good note. My second category of thing is related to work. Like work, when I say work, for me it means more side hustle, because for work I already know what like I need to do. It's my to-do list for work. I don't want to mix things up between the two, so I'm focusing here on side hustle. And for this I wanted to stay consistent with YouTube for posting once every week, which I did, and I'm really glad because that's something I really care about. The more I do it, the more I care about it. So yeah, I really want to focus on that, and that's really something I'm passionate about, so I'm glad I kept up with that. And also I wrote to write 1000 words every day for my novel. I didn't do it every single day, but overall I think I did. Like I did an average, I did it for like 5 to 6 times a week, which I think it's good. Like I didn't do it every single day, but 1000 words is already a lot to do every day with a full-time job and everything, so I think I did pretty well for that. I don't want to be too hard on myself because I'm already very hard on myself, so I think it's pretty good what I did on that, so yeah. Then I have a like a recreation part, which means like all the things that I do for fun, hobbies and everything. And for this month my goal was to book trips for the rest of the year slash month ahead, which I did. So I'm going to Copenhagen next weekend, and I'm going to the Dominican Republic at the beginning of March, which I couldn't be more excited for. Like I cannot wait. I know it's not good to live in the future, but honestly I'm just dying to go. I cannot wait. I love like hikes and stuff, and it looks so beautiful over there. So yeah, if you have any tips or if you've been there before, just let me know because I'm very excited. For my finances I had a few goals because as you might have known, I want to, well, I'm buying an apartment, so I want to really be conscious about my expenses and yeah, everything. So I had 2 goals, which was no like Starbucks slash like drinks on the go, which I did. I didn't have any drink on the go because I think there's a difference between sitting down and have like coffee, tea with a friend, but where you're on the go you don't need to buy it. Like, you know, I can make the same at home, so I really didn't want to spend on that, and I didn't, so that's good. And I also wrote minimal eating out, and I think I've been good at that. Like I did a few restaurants with friends, but again I think it's also nice to treat yourself when you have like time with your friends. It's good if it's not like all the time, and I prioritize like making meals at home, cooking more, so I did that as well. And the last one was about spiritual and beliefs and everything. So I wrote meditate every day, which I didn't do. That's not surprising for me because I'm really having a hard time to focus on my meditation, which is not good because I know it can be so beneficial, but I struggle with that one. So yeah, I'm gonna try more in 2023, but yeah. And the second one was to do a random act of kindness every day, which I did, and I'm really glad because it made me really happy. And it can be really small stuff, like complimenting someone. I did it, and yeah, just doing nice little things like buying something to eat to someone, like cooking something for someone. Just yeah, I loved it, so I think I'm gonna keep with it for the next few months. So that's my monthly reset for January. Overall, I think my month of January was really nice. Like, it flew by, and usually I don't like January. It's not the month I prefer. It's like gray and rainy all the time, like as it is today, for instance. But it was a really nice month. I think I grew a lot this month. I set positive habits and everything, so yeah, I think it was a really nice month. And now on the top things that I achieved this month. So the first thing is that I bought an apartment. So yeah, that's incredibly exciting. I'm really so happy about it. So yeah, that was my big thing for this month. It was a lot of paperwork, a lot of appointments, but I'm very glad I moved on, like advanced on this process, so very excited about it. And the second one is that I wrote most of my novel. I think I'm like not almost finished, but I think I'm not that far from being finished, so this is also very exciting. Of course, there's going to be the whole like rereading process, but that's still very exciting. My top work accomplishment, like work/side hustle, was to post consistently over YouTube, because I've been like really not stressing about it, but it has been something that I cared about but I was scared to do. So I'm glad that I finally like got consistent and just let go of the outer critic and the what other people are gonna think. So yeah, I'm glad I did it. Now, what challenged me over the month, I think that was about balancing everything between my full-time job, my side hustles, my like social life, and you know, everything. So I think that's still a bit challenging for me to find time for everything, and yeah, that was the big thing. And then comparison, of course, because I struggle with comparison. I mean, I think everyone does, but yeah, that's something that still challenged me over the months. And also to find time to rest and to slow down, I really didn't do at all over the months, which is not the best because that was one of my priorities for 2023, but oh well. Now on to 3 things I'm grateful for. So the first one is all the quality time I had with my loved ones. That was a very like special month for that. I think I found time to just connect with the people I really care about and focus on the uplifting relationships in my life. So that was very nice. Then the second thing I'm grateful for is the travel opportunities and yeah, the plans, like the travel plans for the next few months. Obviously, like I said, super excited. And the third one is I'm grateful for all my routines that I settled for, like all the things that I set over the months. I'm very grateful for that because I think it really works for me, and yeah, it makes me feel like my higher self, which we all want. And the last thing is, how did you rest this month? Like I said, I didn't do enough. So I took a self-care Sunday. Like last Sunday I didn't do anything almost, and even that I really struggled. So I was like doing a bunch of things in my computer because I feel guilty when I rest, which is extremely bad, but I feel guilty for doing nothing. So yeah, I have to work on that. If you have any tips, again, I would appreciate it. But yeah, so that's my whole reset for January. Now I think I can move on for the goals for February. Okay, So the first one, for well-being slash health and wellness, I want to try a workout class in a studio or in a like indoor gym type thing. I think it's always nice to try new workout classes even with friends and stuff, so I want to try that. I want to keep up with my waking up before 7 a.m. I did well on that over the last month, even if it wasn't like a set goal, but I really want to work on that. I really want to incorporate the meditation, and I want to stack it on top of my legs up the wall habit that I talk about all the time, but I think those two combined is really nice before sleeping. So yeah, I want to rest more. Big goal. I don't know how it's gonna work out, but I want to work on that. For example, like having my head 8 hours of sleep. Yeah, that would be great. And my last one is to go back to acupuncture. I used to go all the time, like every single week, and I haven't been in, I think, like 2 or 3 months, and I really want to go back. So that's all my health and wellness thing. I think there's a lot, but well, we'll see. For my work slash side hustle category, I want to keep up with my working on YouTube every single week, like one upload every single week. I want to incorporate a habit that I've started, is to work 1 hour a day on a passion. I think it's really good because some days I can do my novel, some days I can do my editing, and if some days I have time for both of them, then it's good, but at least I have my hours set every single day, and I think it's feasible, it's not too much. So yeah, that's something that I really want to do, and to focus on my side hustles more because that's my passions. And the third one is to finish my novel, which is very exciting. I think I can do it in February, so yeah. So now for the recreation part, like the fun hobbies thing, I want to read one fiction book, because I'm very good at reading non-fiction books, like self-development books. I read them all the time, obsessed with them, but fiction books, not that much. So I want to read one like that. I want to get out of my comfort zone more and try, like, for example, one new thing, if it's an activity, if it's like a restaurant, I don't know, just try one different thing in the month. Then I want to go on a girls' weekend. It's not really like a plan, because I know I'm going on a girls' weekend in Copenhagen like next weekend, so it's gonna happen anyway. And the last one is to plan for the Dominican Republic. Yeah, I really want to plan it and make the most of it. I'm going 2 weeks, so it's gonna be so nice. And for my finances, again, I put like no random takeaway drinks. Still the same. I want to keep doing it, and I think I still need to write it down, because then I don't get like any more temptation. And I want to read more about investment, because I don't have enough knowledge on that. So yeah. For spirituality, I just wrote keeping up with letting go of comparison, and obviously the meditation that I put in health and wellness. So that's all my February goals. It's a lot, but it's all good things that are really important for me and that I want to prioritize. So I think it's, again, very doable. I have my tea here. If you don't have a tea or hot drink with you, that's your sign to go get one. If you want to especially do your reset with me, it's always nice to have a lovely like beverage with you to do it. So yeah, now moving on to the favorites part. I'm not sure exactly how it's gonna work out, but I wanted to share some things that I really loved over the month, so we'll see. Maybe it inspires you to try them, and maybe we can like talk about it. You can give me some like examples of your favorites. So I thought it would be nice to do this. So my movie TV show favorite for this month was the series like Ginny and Georgia. I think some of you might have watched it. It was very popular because it released this month. I really loved it. I watched it with my mom. Yeah, I think it was very good. A bit darker than the first season, but still very nice. And also I continued watching The Office. I don't know which season I'm at, but I feel like it's getting a bit repetitive. I don't know what you think about this series if you watched it, but like I'm getting a bit tired of it. Like I'm not very motivated to keep watching it, so yeah, I'm not watching it as often as I used to at the beginning. So yeah, but still really like this. And the Harry Potter series that I started again like at the beginning of the month, because I went to London and to the Harry Potter studio, like Warner Bros. Studio, and it made me want to watch them again. So I think I'm at number 3. We watched number 3 last 2 weekends ago. So now I'm on, like I'm gonna watch the 4th one, I think, next. For my books, I read the 5 a.m. Club book like this month, and it was really nice, so I think it's my favorite for the month. I started other books, but this one I really stuck with and I finished, so I think it's like the one that I can talk about here. And it was really nice. It was a mix between fiction, like because the plot is written as a fiction, it's not like written as a self-development usual book. So, and it was also incorporating a lot of self-development thing about like all you can do for waking up earlier, the benefits and all the steps that you can incorporate. So really enjoyed that. Now for the memories, like my favorite memory of the month was definitely my trip to London. I really loved it. I love going to London. I stayed a week at the beginning, like the first week of January, and it was really nice. We did so many brunches and we went to the Harry Potter studio, and it was amazing. If you have the chance to go there, like really go, because it was amazing, and it's worth every penny as well, because you can stay there for as long as you want. And for us, like I think we arrived at like around 2 p.m. and we stayed until 7 p.m. so it takes like a really long time to do like the tour of the studio. So very nice. And for the last favorite is my favorite podcast. It's the Deliciously Ella one. I don't remember the name actually, but it's all about well-being, about how you can improve your health, wellness, and it's very science backed up, which I really like. I like the science aspect of it and the fact thing. They also debunk like some trends, like for example the celery juice trend, intermittent fasting trends, just a lot of trends that they like dissect, and I really like it. And also the second one is the Blonde Files podcast. I really like this podcast. It's more like on a lighter note, but I really enjoy it. It talks a lot about wellness again, like skin, health, but it makes me feel good every time I listen to it. It's very, again, like a lot of doctors come on here, and yeah, I really like it. And the third one that I've been listening for a few years is the Skinny Confidential. I really like it as well. Again, very different topics all the time. It talks about like health, wellness, skin, productivity, business, side hustles. So yeah, I really like. And sometimes I'm more in the mood for one, another one, like very different one. And yeah, I think I want to talk about the fourth one that I started listening to. It's the Highest Self podcast, and again, it's very nice. It's on a very different note and more like on a spiritual note, which I like, and some days I'm very in the mood for that. So yeah, very interesting, and happy I discovered it as well. I really love listening to podcasts, so yeah. So I guess that's it for my January/February resets. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know if you're doing a reset like that. Honestly, I used to not do that at all, but I think it's nice. And even, for example, at the end of the year, I can look back on this video and see all the things that I did in a month, which is, yeah, it could be really nice and a good way to track progress as well. So let me know if you liked it, if you'd like me to keep doing this, and yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!